Hello. Oh, we have something wrong here. One sec. Streaming sim, camera 2, camera... That's correct one. Hello, as always, something something new. Hi, my name is Jarek.
Hi, my name is Simon.
And yeah, thank you for backing. Thank you for joining us today. We're gonna go through. It's a 1 hour left for the campaign. Amazing last 24 hours, I believe. Yeah, kind of crazy. We didn't expect that actually, so we were just kind of thinking like you whether we're gonna hit the turtle one, the turtle dragon one, stretch goal, but we did. We managed to actually, you did, guys. Right, where we're going to start. If you having a questions, just drop it. We're happy to answer all the questions. I do have some presentation for you, so maybe we're gonna start a little bit about. Let me just change to a few slides. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so first of all, we had a competition. Do you know anything?
Yeah, we had a competition on our Facebook. It was a naming contest for the Airship. I believe there were up to 3 prizes or 3 places.
Yeah, and we got the winners. So let me just quickly announce the winners. So the first winner is Michael Ibsen Schmidt. So we're gonna get in touch with you via Facebook. Please do not ignore our messages.
Yeah.
And you are the winner. You got the first prize. Second prize, Secret Adam. So congratulations. You got the you are the second person with the second prize, and the third one is Felipe. So that's what it is. Quickly, we have a winners, and congratulations to you. I think we're gonna be running more competitions like that, because in the past we really couldn't. We stopped doing competitions for some time, and one of the reasons was because we didn't have all the proper stuff in the background, so we didn't have all those kind of
yeah, we didn't have the infrastructure to host competitions, but we have been slowly working on it, and you can expect to see more from us in the future.
Yeah. So I've seen your comments. You mentioned about chicken time and things like that. I want to show you something, because we also had this. That was a dark dragon. It wasn't designed for this campaign really, but, well, it was like the afterthought after voting that we might actually get something like that at some point. So maybe maybe next time we will do it. Maybe next time we will do it, and we'll see how this one goes. And something I think cool. And I've got one more slide to show you, because we're currently working on one of the models miniatures. It's only early whip, so everything is to be changed. I think we have to add a little bit more here, those human creatures. But just early whip, we got it today. It's still things to do with that, and we will see how this will end, and we will show you the final results of the sculpting in about a week time. So yeah, that will be all in terms of presentation. So let me just go back quickly to the doc, because this is so cool though.
Oh yeah, you can expect to see a lot of people asking for it in the Discord, or like in the comment section for the campaign, definitely, after they see this this image.
So there is a few things. Yeah, I know. You guys keep attacking about the Sleipnir, right? So we need to make some decision about it. Obviously, it lost the voting. So what we can do at this stage is to take it for the next Kickstarter, when we're going to be making next Kickstarter of miniatures, and it's gonna be one of the first miniatures unlocked, or maybe one of the miniatures which will be straight away available in one of the miniatures pack. However, when we see how the sculpting goes, because we have a little bit more people at the moment in terms of sculpting department, and maybe, only maybe, if we're going to get if we're going to get quite fast sculpting of other miniatures and we're still gonna be within the sculpting target, we will sculpt this miniature and make it additional add-on. Okay, so stay tuned. I will have a chat about it with my team, with a sculpting team, and we will see what we can do for you. If not, obviously it's gonna be one of the first models unlocked with next campaign, and I think that Dark Dragon needs to as well be part of the next campaign. I think he's so cool. I mean, come on, can you imagine just drop it on a table during our session? And yeah.
Yeah, if you've been a part of any of our previous Kickstarters, when we have some extra time and stuff, like we usually just end up adding like stuff to the sprues. If we've got like the time and the space,
yeah.
Then yeah, like a good example is the large fish for the Swarms of Doom.
Yeah.
It was just added on because we have the time, we have the space. Might as well. The model went unused during the campaign.
That's correct. That's totally correct. So, but I will let you know. We will have everything for you. Well, more information about it within the next couple of months. What else? Oh, yeah, a few things about can actually change to the page, or maybe not the page because I don't really know how to. Okay, one sec. Let me just. Can I change to the page? Yep. Okay, so now we can see the page. We're doing very good. Still going up. Great. There's something I wanted to talk about on Friday. On Friday, I will be running again live chat. So you will be able to join me again on just this Friday. And I will spend at least 1 hour just talking about about data for this campaign and everything around it. I think it's a great success. This campaign is a great success. This is the second biggest campaign we ran for Dungeons and Lasers, this time with miniatures and also with pieces of terrain. But what is very important is our first miniatures campaign. And for those of you who like any type of numbers and are really interested in the backend of Kickstarter, the Kickstarter itself added in something which is called Advanced Analytics. And I'll be more than happy to discuss with you because there is so many interesting data here and to show you and so on, and we can compare within the campaigns and have discussion about it. But this will be on Friday, so I don't want to I see there's lots of questions, so maybe I'll just move to question in a second. But one of the most shocking number we have seen it at the moment for this campaign is that half of you, or well 2,500 backers, never backed any of our Kickstarters. So and we have all those stats. We can see all those stats, how many of backers came back from other campaigns by the percentage, as well how many returning backers we have who backed multiple of our campaigns. So this shows really like quite a lot of backers actually are brand new. So welcome to the Dungeons and Lasers family, and welcome to Archon. And so to those of you who never backed our campaigns, we do every actually 2 to 3 weeks updates. You get normal updates on the Kickstarter, and I'm also doing something which is called a live AMA, and it's happening usually every second Friday. So you may join me. Then I'll just provide you with all the information, kind of additional update, and something which is happening behind the curtain. So many things like what are the new projects and some sneaky peeks for stuff. And so on. So you will be able to actually get that. So you may join to this channel, sign up or subscribe and click the bell icon. Yeah, that's how you say.
Yeah, I do have an admission to make though. If you've been on the Discord, you might have seen some. I have made some comments. I haven't gone into the exact details, but I do recommend joining the Discord. It's I'm usually there to offer additional insight into the campaign. I have also said that we have had a lot of new backers this campaign, but definitely tune into Friday's live stream for more details.
Yeah.
Regarding the campaign. And,
so the most important bit about about those live AMAs, you can ask any questions about any campaigns, and usually I provide all the information. This week, tomorrow will be quite a lot about the Heroes 3. I do have a lot of materials to show you, especially we got like, layouts and everything else. So kind of boring, but you will be able to see the scope of the projects and a little bit behind how the project is being engineered. So everything, how go together, how the inserts looks and all those things. So this will be quite large update because I will have about 40-50 slides, but then again on top of that I want to go through a little bit of analysis about the campaign. So it will be quite boring, but obviously you may join us. So
we can head over to some of the questions maybe in the chat.
Okay, let's go. This one maybe?
Yeah, sure. Daniel Faber says, isn't a campaign purely on GameFound cheaper and give you more money? The Encounter campaigns page was very, very good compared to the Kickstarter one.
Actually the GameFound is a little bit better in general in terms of page layout, because you can navigate through the page very, very quickly because you have this side menu. You can just click on it, it will take you where it needs to take you. So there is many downsides in terms of Kickstarter page, and especially how the campaign is read. So this is really, really good for GameFound. I'm not quite sure whether the GameFound is actually generating more traffic, whether it's generating more, but I have this data so we can compare. We will definitely be comparing this campaign to Encounters and to Dungeons and Lasers 3 on Friday, so you'll be able to see, because we have all that data. We have all that data about the traffic on the campaign, and the and we can share it with you and show you. So
yeah, it is worth mentioning though that Kickstarter campaigns generally get a lot more exposure than ones on GameFound, because Kickstarter has that brand recognition, whereas GameFound is still relatively new to the crowdfunding scene.
Yeah.
But definitely in like the most recent months, years, GameFound has become quite relatively popular among RPG gamers and board game fans.
Yeah. Okay. So let me just maybe this question. Hey Jarek, what is the reason there weren't additional small add-ons added through the campaign like in the previous one? Did people complain something else? What do you mean by the small add-ons?
They mean like, add-ons added during the campaign. It's like they'll be revealed over time.
Okay,
basically.
okay. So there was the strategy for this campaign was completely different, right? I mean, there's many things about this campaign which is new to us. And first of all, the new to us is the miniatures campaign. It's a pure miniatures campaign, really, with additional bits and bobs from Encounters. Now, I spoke with my team today, and then definitely based on the data or backend data, we will know how much Deuslair is in the Deuslair. That's the biggest question, right? For us to understand what exactly we're going to be doing next, and so on, so on, so on. Deuslair definitely as a universe is going to be expanded. We have two great ideas how to push forward this universe, and you may expect something really, really cool, I think, and I wanted to make it to happen. So if you watch the first live, I've already mentioned this one. Now, so the strategy was different. There was no strategy to add additional add-ons because really there was no questions for those add-ons. So in the previous campaign, when we started the campaign, some questions come up about additional add-ons, and we just make them available. This campaign, there was no questions, so we just left it for the additional add-ons. So we just left it like that. Now, if the question would, during campaign, repeated several times, what we do, we review those questions on daily basis, and then potentially adjust it. So next time, if you really, really want something and to be added into the campaign, just spam the comment section about it, and we will make it happen. Simple as that.
Otto Painting Studio says, will you be showing a bit of the preview for the next campaign during this live stream?
No, there was a plan. It was planned. However, we said no. We just want to focus on this live stream just to finish this campaign. And the next campaign for the miniature for the Dungeons and Lasers will be basically terrain campaign, maybe with small sprinkle of miniatures, because we kind of will have to add a little bit of miniatures there as well.
Just for thematic purposes.
Yeah.
But I will ask, will you do some reveals during the next live stream this Friday?
I will see if I get. I will see how much good materials we have. But I think this live stream needs to mainly focus on those things. On Heroes, definitely 3, because I have plenty materials to show, and definitely on the the data from our previous campaigns, Dungeons and Layers, and so on, so on. So just to compare and show you, because I think it's very, very interesting to see how the trend goes and so on and so on. But if you give us a month time, we will have some materials to show. So not this live, but next live. So, yeah. Let's go. That's correct.
Yeah, definitely join the Discord. I believe the link is in the description, so you can head over there and join the Discord. Select like the role you want for the project you're interested in, and go away. I'll be there whenever I have some free time.
Yeah,
I can answer your questions. Anivid says, can you add normal packs from your store for normal retail price to the pledge manager?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. We haven't thought about it. I mean, you would save definitely
on shipping, yeah, probably.
Well,
I mean,
do you?
You get free shipping now, don't you?
Yeah.
If you spend enough, but that's only for some places in the world. Like Canada doesn't, I don't think, benefit from free shipping right now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be running some survey, but maybe just a note to my team, because before we ran a Heroes 3 pledge manager, we decided to add a little bit of additional content there, something which was very, very requested. So maybe this time around, before we going to open the pledge manager, we will just add those things to some survey, and then you tell us what you want. Okay, because we don't want to add it in and yeah,
it turns out you're not interested or something.
Exactly, for just a couple of people being just interested in those things. But I'm happy to, it's no problem to actually add it in. Maybe we could do a little bit discount on it as well, like additional discount just to cover that difference in free shipping on our website, online store. We will see. But that's the good question. And guys, if you're definitely watching Camille or somebody, just noted down that we will run a survey for that. Okay. Yeah, so that's right, and we will have more, definitely more, because the campaign, the pledge manager will start quite fast because we have this rapid shipping. So to the new backers, rapid shipping is something which we shipped out from our factory, the stuff we have tooling for, and everything which is on the page market as the market as the rapid shipping. This means if you opt for the rapid shipping, you will be able to get them quite fast. So I think this is a good option because you don't have to wait for entire your pledge to come through your door. If it's gonna go through the door because it's so big, you can get fraction of it, or you can get some stuff of it and then start painting now, and then before you finish painting or clearing it out, you will get the remainder of your pledge. And that was the kind of idea. And it works perfectly with us because obviously we're running our own manufacturing and things like that, so we can clear we can clear the stuff.
One thing, I've seen a recurring question about the plastic for the old add-ons. Will you be using the new darker shade for the previous add-ons or legacy add-ons?
Oh, that's a good question.
If we're making new ones, of course.
That's a good question. This means we would have to kind of make the other color obsolete, which is always better. Maybe we'll make that call NES. Maybe we're gonna be making this much more, if you compare the plastic itself.
Because I've seen that new some people mostly prefer the new darker one, from my understanding.
I got plenty painted miniatures, so we should be showing them. So the base for this miniature is made with the lighter one, and the model itself is made with the little bit darker one. And that's what we want to move on into it, because it looks much better on a camera and looks much better even unpainted. And that's one of the problems with very light material color models, and that they are not very good on a camera. As you can see, it looks like a just white blob, right? So yeah, something we're gonna be doing it. And I have plenty painted miniatures and models. This is the plastic ones, right? So from the tooling, so I will be showing them in a second. We're gonna go through some of them, but let's move on to more questions first. Okay. Ooh, some things. Okay.
Malia Butters says, I love seeing the difference between euro and pound. 900,000 pounds is equal to 1,030,000 euro.
There is something about the conversion that is not okay with Kickstarter. I think they don't using current rate for conversions. Looks different, sometimes odd to actually, for those of you who are new to Kickstarter, you can scroll it down the bottom page and set any currencies you want, and it will save on your browser, and then whenever you come back you will be seeing the value in your own currency. It's a good feature, I think. Yes, we do have Manticore. Manticore is in the creature pack, and one of those creatures packs which is currently also available during this campaign. So okay, more questions.
Tammy Anderson says, will I be able to choose to get everything at the same time?
Yes, so you don't have to opt for rapid shipping. You may say, I want everything to be shipped to me later. Or if you go, it works actually other way around. If you want to go for just entire bulk, everything from rapid shipping products, you will gonna get them just much faster. So that's the whole idea. I will be showing you bases because we have all the bases designed maybe this Friday. Okay, so I'll be showing you. Definitely we haven't added anything like schools or other elements because we haven't felt that it's needed for this campaign. But something definitely for the next campaign, and there's a reason behind that, because one of the teams will be very gore, very horror-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 4 teams, right? We have 4 teams.
Yeah. I mean, it's what it is. I kind of wish my ideas went through, but not up to me.
Well, we will be running some marketing for that and some questions. So maybe your idea will be more interesting to the.
Are you doing some surveys?
We'll be doing some surveys.
Interesting.
Yes. So we usually we do surveys, and this time around we have potential to actually do a little bit more surveys. So D&L, the next Dungeons and Lasers in terms of terrain will be really about surveys before we even start doing much deeper into design. Okay, so we had a chat with the team, and we will prepare a little bit more than we will be able to do, and then we're gonna go to you and ask you questions. Okay. That's a good question. I like that question.
Yeah. Shpowtep asks, on Friday, can we get some insight into the fantasy versus sci-fi demand, like comparing fantasy campaign numbers to the Rampart sci-fi numbers? I think we've discussed this before, though, right?
Yeah. Rampart 3 was very low campaign compared to any other fantasy campaigns, which is very surprised because in terms of retail sales, not Kickstarter, but retail, the Cathedral, the other terrain is selling extremely well for the wargamers, right? I think that's the thing about kind of difference between the wargamers and RPG players, that they more interested in the Kickstarter campaigns than the wargamers. So yeah, but in terms of themes like fantasy versus sci-fi demand, I think from our campaigns, looking at previous Dungeon Lasers even campaigns, it's about 3-to-1. 25% of fantasy, a global 25% of the Dungeons Lasers 3 campaign, 2 campaign was actually just the sci-fi campaign.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to sell sci-fi because it's a lot less generic. You can have loads of different settings with sci-fi, whereas with fantasy, you can pretty much always use an orc or an elf or a dwarf or something similar. And
it will work. As you mentioned here, sci-fi, I hope we'll come back to. Yeah, if we connect it with the Rampart, then yes. So Rampart campaign, sci-fi Rampart campaign with some Dungeons Lasers elements.
I mean, are we going to have any sci-fi miniatures, or is it just terrain?
Start off.
No, are we going to have sci-fi miniatures, or just terrain sci-fi?
If we're going to run the campaign next year, it's definitely going to be both. So it needs to combine everything, because sci-fi itself needs needs everything in one go. So terrain and the miniatures.
Sure. What about having those having an option to choose between sci-fi and fantasy using like multi-point miniatures?
I don't know.
I proposed this idea before, I think, where you could have like just like a regular body, or you could have like an augmented cybernetic body, that kind of stuff.
I don't know. I'm not really convinced about that one, because you will turn into He-Man. It's gonna look much more He-Man. So you're gonna have a sci-fi elements on the fantasy characters. So yeah, that's really difficult, because
I mean, you get to choose though, right? If it's just fantasy or just like sci-fi.
Yes, but I don't think it's a feasible and really to actually get that much sculpting done just to ask people to choose. I would rather go for one team instead of doing many at one campaign, because then campaign will be about nothing really. So that's the. I have a question about the Titanomachy. Titanomachy. It will be many. Kaiju will be as well. This is part of our other universe we want to build up from ground up, and you will have A factions, that's for sure, and they're gonna be sci-fi factions. So I do have a few concepts already. I will be showing them very quickly, very soon for the humans, and then we're gonna be moving to other faction, and then as well to a bio faction as well. Let's call them bio factions. So at the moment, right? Let's go. More questions.
0 Second says, on the pledge it says regular/super stretch goals. Does this mean that we'll get them all as they were unlocked so far?
Yes. If you back for a pledge which is 149, I believe, you get everything. So it all depends which pledge you go. So on the right hand side, you have pledge tiers, levels. So depending which one you pick, you'll get it. I think the first pledge does not include any super stretch goals only. So super stretch goals, you need to go for the higher pledge. We needed to do that way because the super stretch goals, it's gonna be massive, huge pack, right? So we couldn't combine them into one for the normal price. Basically, that's what it is. So we split them apart, but you get everything if you go for the higher tier pledge. And the higher tier, I mean 149, I believe. This is the one that you have to go for. I totally agree.
Yeah, it's a great campaign so far. Definitely. I'm also quite impressed with some of the stuff that happened during this campaign. Definitely, for sure. Lithram says, are you guys considering adding the cockatrice, even if it isn't reached in the remaining time, but it would have been with the help of late pledges? We don't usually do this, right?
No, we
don't count late pledges. When it comes to.
We did that once, I believe, was almost 1 million dragon, which we added one more additional dragon. But it's a very good material to start campaign next time. So I think we have to make now is, even if we're not gonna get it, I'm not quite sure what's the number. I can check the number quickly. The campaign, even if it's not gonna get unlocked this time round, what we're gonna do for you is definitely is gonna be we're gonna open it up next campaign with this model being free. So it's gonna be part of the campaign, next campaign. The only one thing is we have to be very strict about the budgeting of the projects and the spend for the projects, obviously, right? So with that, we have to. There is always risk that we're gonna overextend in terms of sculpting time, and instead of doing something in 4 or 5 months, it's gonna be 6-7 months, which we want to really avoid. Okay.
I hate onions says, did we unlock all the regular stretch goals there is, or is anything else showing?
At the moment, I think all of them. I think this is what we prepared for this campaign in terms of regular stretch goals. We had one more afterthought, that was the deck, dragon deck. If we're gonna get a little bit bigger, campaign was targeted for 1.2 million. I think that was targeted for 1.2 million.
That was actually my guess. But
there's many things would happen during campaign, and the most important bit, which I'm gonna be mentioning on Friday, is basically ads. It was absolutely disaster because for some reason our lovely bank decided to keep blocking our bank card whenever we had like ad spend, any ad spend. And when Facebook was trying to charge us, the ads were getting frozen because the card wasn't going through, the payment wasn't going through. So constantly on daily basis, we had like the ads were stopping with no ad running at all. Then it fired back because the payment went through. I needed to phone bank and be on the phone and keep asking what's going on. They couldn't answer the question and all those things. And then when the ads were just starting up again, it was just burning right away all the budget and then stop again. It was crazy, absolutely. I've never seen anything like that with our previous campaigns. So at some point we were just like running campaign with no ads, absolutely no ads. And it's not good because you need to have ads, you need to inform people about, this campaign is running, hi, join us, and so on, so on. And you can see the cutoff date was the fourth day of the campaign when we just everything stopped. And for the next couple of days, we were just fighting on a daily basis.
Yeah, there were definitely some people that also brought it up on the Discord. The graph when it comes to like the funding, it looks very different in comparison to like any other Kickstarter campaign because of there's a really large influx on day 1, day 2.
That's also the point, yeah.
Yeah, but like the ads really kind of definitely affected us in a big way, which is unfortunate because this campaign definitely could have been a bit bigger.
Yeah, it kind of should be 1.2. I think because of lack of those ads, we lost maybe 10%, maybe 20%, roughly, maybe between 10 and 20% because we couldn't run any ads. So something we have to definitely fix for the next campaign, making sure that actually everything, all those things are working correctly. And really ended up with actually us getting new cards because of the situation. And if that doesn't help, we're gonna change bank. Okay, so I need to answer this question quickly. So the probably question is about the Conquest, and we make miniatures for Conquest. So you might probably have seen it. We make miniatures for Conquest. We make miniatures for Mantic Entertainment, so Mantic Games. We make miniatures for Battlefront, for GF9, so that's actually one company. We do make miniatures for many companies, and there's more and more companies actually asking for manufacturing. We obviously unable to actually get all of that because we will be unable to run our own manufacturing.
We would love to,
but we in a moment when we have to say no, and we keep saying now no to many customers, potential customers, because we could potentially scale it up, but not in the current situation as we are, because we're running out completely of the floor space. So maybe in the future. Okay. Yeah, if you're based in PY, you welcome, more than welcome. Ping us on Facebook and just say, can I just see it? And we had a visit just literally last week when the campaign was running halfway through. We had a visit from school. So we organize those things when the kids coming around and see what future might actually be for them. If you go on our Facebook, if you go on our Facebook, we already posted about it. I'm not sure, maybe it's locked just for the Poland. It's not, but we posted so you can see lots of kids actually running around here and seeing all the different sections and so on, so on, so on. Are you?
Edwinson asks, are you retiring the Dungeons Lasers terrain? No, we're not. The next campaign for D&L will be primarily terrain.
Yes. So the global idea, or how we're gonna be doing it, is the next one will be running. The next Kickstarter is gonna be terrain Kickstarter, and following for the next Kickstarter, which is gonna be next year, once this one Deuslair is delivered to you, we plan to run another Kickstarter for the miniatures. We don't know exactly when, because all the way there we have 2 IP products. We have to also do crowdfunding. 2 IP, they're gonna be extremely interesting.
Oh yeah. When are we revealing the big one?
No, not today.
I mean, not today, but like when? When is the plan for?
I think for the big one we have to still wait for about. The plan is to reveal during UK Game Expo, but I don't know whether we're gonna be on time and we're gonna have all the approvals to actually revealed during the UK Game Expo, and yeah. So between all of those things, we still have quite a lot of work to do. to show you and you know, talk about it. Yeah. So the next IPs, definitely many of those IPs in the future we're gonna be making, they're gonna be in-house. Currently, Heroes 3 is manufactured as a pure manufacturing. It's designed in-house because we have now designing team and quite good, and they're getting quite a lot of experience. But in terms of manufacturing, it's still being done outside, so it's still being done in China, unfortunately. But we also planning to move many of paper content production in-house. So this means we will have a full manufacturing of paper content as well in-house. The only problem is we don't have a floor space. We just run out of absolutely every single square centimeter of the floor space, and so the business cannot grow. But we're gonna be moving to new building, new facility, and probably the current facility will still stay for some other operations.
One thing regarding neoprene mats, right? Because there's a fair bit of people, right, asking for neoprene mats. Because usually we source them from China, but unfortunately, like we decided that we don't want to do that anymore because we can't fully control the production process. Is that something we're going to be doing in the new?
I think the new projects, one of the new projects, will require those things to be done in house. So I already looking for the processes, and I'm already looking for the way to manufacture this one in house.
That's good.
Yeah, so something to consider. What's the plan for add-ons? Yeah, so I will mention again this. The team, we're gonna be running a little bit of survey, and then you will tell us in a survey what exactly you want to see in terms of add-ons or products we have currently in our store. And I think this is gonna be quite clear message to us. What do you want, basically? And then you will be able to tell us what exactly you want. That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. We can
watched Kung Fury, the Laser Raptors. That's a good one. Definitely love to see some of those in a D&L campaign.
Yeah. Okay, I see we have a troll unlocked, which is great. Which is still got 22 minutes to go. We'll see how this one goes. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hit Cocatrical, but if not, as I mentioned, it's gonna be in the next campaign, and we're gonna be added in. That's for sure. That's no doubt about it.
Ooh, you guys are leaving a lot of questions. We gotta get through these quickly.
Definitely hardcover A4 size, so we're not gonna be saving anything on it. We're just making sure that's very good quality, because this is the first attempt from us to make those books, and they need to be extremely good quality. So nothing cheap.
Brian M asks, am I able to double up on add-ons? I'm not huge on terrain, I would rather have encounters. Yeah, obviously. You'll be able to select the exact add-ons you want in the pledge manager once we open it. Brophy, was there a decision on the signed book idea?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about that. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I don't have any information on that either.
Yeah. I will have a chat with Alex if he's happy to actually sign the book. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Shion asks, I'm happy that you split the stretch goals and super stretch goals. That would be many pile for my many for my pile shame.
There is also additional reason for that. When it comes to Pledge Manager, both of them will be available to purchase like additional sets. So if you need additional sets of stretch goals, either stretch goals or super stretch goals, you will able to buy one of them. Otherwise, we're gonna have to. If there was one pack, it would be quite too expensive, maybe, you know, because obviously we have to start looking at the cost of manufacturing and everything else. So at the moment, in terms of plastic campaigns, the idea was to make 2 campaigns, maybe 3 campaigns a year. We kind of moving away from crowdfunding. We want to move away from crowdfunding because our core business is shifting into something else, like manufacturing, also retail sales. But it's always great to actually run campaigns with something new. So for us, like doing miniatures campaign this time around was completely new experience, like really new experience. We all know much more, and we have much more experience for the next campaign with tens of miniatures. Okay, so and terrain definitely will be part of Kickstarter campaigns, that's for sure. Now, in terms of other projects like IP, it's not always we have to, or we will take them on the crowdfunding. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, we have to. I mean, I think at this stage we're gonna have to.
Yeah, we don't really want to do the thing where, like, you know, we just pretend that, oh, look, the stretch goal is not going to be unlocked, and then we just unlock it anyways. Because it's a bit cheap, I think.
Well, this campaign for the first time we will try doing something new stuff, and we have more people now in the PR social media department. So one of the tasks will be just to focus on Twitter and the Reddit as well, just to make sure that it's happening. So yeah. Derek mentioned, yeah. Already, but we will do a little bit more work now because we have hours now to actually assign to Twitter. Normally it's Facebook, and normally just our Facebook like page. There is a Facebook page for what's the name? Facebook page for the Dungeons and Lasers, but it's run by Dungeon Lasers fans. So if you're new to Dungeons and Lasers and you want to share your experience with miniatures, just join the Facebook fan page. And it's run by not by us. It's run by fans basically. So we're there as well. Yeah, Derek is correct here. That's a good question.
Patep says, be careful scaling up. Don't let a huge popular IP leave you high and dry after buying a big fancy building and more CNC machines.
That's correctly. That's very correct statement. And we've been scaling the business very, very slowly, extremely slowly. And then one of the live chat I was mentioning about that one, that you know, you can go on a motorway and go in 5 minutes, speed up to 200 miles an hour, and you can crash very easily, right? So it's better to start slowly, and that's what we did. For years we've been doing extremely slowly, and all the decision making was not having any risk involved, because I'm not gambler. I'm not gambler. I don't like gambling at all, and I won't definitely gamble with the business itself. So all the decisions, usually we think twice, 3 times about it, whether it's a good investment or it's not. So we're extremely careful. So, but thank you for noting this one. Definitely this is how we run the business, and maybe that's one of the reasons why we're quite having very strong foundations. So, like I mentioned, we do many services in the business. I think I did like one of the live video when I show the graphs about our spend, our income, our turnover, and the sources. So like we have a retail, we have a services, and we have crowdfunding, obviously. So even if tomorrow crowdfunding is gone, we are quite good situated on the market, and we can just keep going, right? It's a very good place to be, right, for us as a company, because not many companies can actually do that. So many companies are so bonded with Kickstarters and doing just Kickstarter from the Kickstarter to the Kickstarter because they don't have anything else. They do not have any other source of
income,
revenue.
It's also really good because, like, if something goes wrong in one area, we can shift over funds from like the pool of money we have, and it won't cause us to go completely under.
Yeah.
Because a lot of companies do have that problem where they just keep releasing. Obviously sometimes you need to release a new campaign even if you haven't delivered fully yet. But if you keep doing that, you run a risk of just not being able to deliver at all.
Yeah.
And,
for us, it's a little bit more difficult because we are manufacturer as well. So we have manufacturing team sitting over there. It's about 20 people, which produce, pack, and everything else. So because of the manufacturing is at the level as it is, we need to have the plastic campaigns happening really like a high peak and then slowly building up stock and shipping the stock out, because that's how we've been doing business for many years, right? So for us, it's a circle of, we have to put this in production, that in production. But now slowly this circle of, we need to run the other campaign because I need to start manufacturing and shipping, otherwise I will have people doing nothing for a couple of, months even, because there is nothing, big numbers to put on the machines. But now this is slowing down. We need to slow down because we have a huge volumes coming from externals. So sometimes, you know, some companies coming over for the 100,000 sprues or 200,000 sprues a month, which means, you know, half of our machines are busy doing that for them, and so on, so on, so on. So it's getting much, much better. So we're not dependent so much on this circle of manufacturing, shipping, making more, manufacturing, shipping, and making again. Yeah, I did explain that circle one at some point as well. I think if you go scroll down to live maybe 2 or 3, when I was live chat, when I was actually explaining this circle, how it works and how we have to operate. But we breaking from that one very, very slowly, but we are breaking from that one. Well, not slowly actually. It's something crazy happening in the miniature market, and especially in Wargaming, because the numbers we're getting orders from externals are actually huge. So yeah, that's a good statement. Farm of Tabletop, that's a good statement. And we're getting with the quality, and definitely you can see by Parabellum miniatures. I can see by myself. I can see by the numbers. I can see by the comments. We follow comments. We always take some additional. Feedback from, you know, other customers, just to have some understanding whether we're doing something correct. And yeah.
Gosh, we really are behind on the questions, aren't we?
Oh Jesus. It's turning into normal AMA instead of being just focused on the campaign. What's the number? The number is good. It's 33,000 post 1 million, so very good result. We've got 30 minutes to go. Or maybe my page is not being refreshed because sometimes it froze. Yeah, it's getting there. Okay. More questions.
Express Trifecta says, for people who build their own terrain, what incentives will your next Kickstarter have for them?
Definitely terrain in terms of caves and all those similar things. But if you build your own pieces terrain, we also have plenty of different stretch goals and tiny add-ons. And those elements, in some cases, are stand alone, so you can just place them anywhere randomly. That's the one thing. So you can use them for that, and build. You know, it give you some foundations to actually build additional pieces of terrain with it. And all the things, all the add-ons, everything which we do, you may use for your own, you know, your own terrain. So if you want to use some props, and especially props, to build something, yeah, you will have, you know, you're gonna be able to get it. The start site. So mention about the start site is very important because part of the Titanomachy universe is actually start site. So we're going to start with that one and then scale it down. But I have some announcement which I need to do, but we have to still wait for that, okay? Yeah, it's already answered, yeah, so that's great. More questions.
Brandon says, so just to confirm, when is the next D&L crowdfund, D&L 6? I need to start saving.
We're looking probably towards the end of the year, but I would say now when it's ready. So we need to be ready campaign. So we want to make sure that campaign is fully, it's basically done correctly. So we have all the sculpting done, we have all design done, and you are, you know, inform about this campaign happening, okay?
Sean M says, thanks for a quality product and service. Next project will be caves, I believe. Any plan to add cave-style scatter, including Underdark-style scatter?
What do you think?
Yeah, sure, why not? I mean, I'll have to see if it fits the themes, I guess.
Yeah. It's more about a new campaign. I will be fed to you next couple of months, definitely. Okay, so we're gonna be working on a landing page. Definitely, you will be informed in one of the updates that a new campaign will be, you know, coming at some point. But we have some good teams. I think we finally. I was going only for 3, and you convinced me to make 4. So I think it's gonna be quite a good campaign with.
I mean, did I convince you to make 4? I prefer 3. I think
You prefer 3, but the team wants 4.
I think it'd be nicer to have less sets, different sets overall, and just focus on having like more different rooms.
Yeah, the thing is, we have a great new team now, a 2D team, so they're very excited for the new projects, and from ground up, it's gonna be done by that new team of 2D artists, and with their own artistic style. So you won't see so much variety as you can see here on the miniatures. That some of the miniatures are, it's still good because this universe is so large that you can have different kind of miniatures from different, let's say, eras of the Deuslair. But there for the new campaign, we're gonna have very one 2D designer will be focused on just one team, including everything. So it will work together very nicely. So that's what I think. Titanomachy is basically a new game we're currently working on, and it's about Titans mechs. I do have several concepts to show you at some point, but
yeah, there's actually one concept available on the Discord. If you check the teasers channel, you can head over there and.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, how many questions are you guys leaving?
Wow. Okay, let's speed up because...
Yeah, we're going to be here all night if we don't speed up.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, thank you for that. Yeah, exactly. This is the projects we're working currently. Okay, let's move. Let's check. Will you revise the bestiary and campaigns PDFs if the next D&D update change things? No. We will stay as it is. I mean, this campaign was actually also affected by this OGL situation because, as you might know, the leaked OGL was so strict that before even we start campaign, we will just start throwing different ideas about, okay, guys, we got a problem now because if we run the campaign with any 5e or anything on it saying 5e, it's gonna be a disaster because obviously all those things which were in the leaked new OGL, which never happened, but later on they did like U-turn on it, and for us, as this campaign was a little bit too late to actually restructure everything, so we decided to go, okay, it's gonna be Deuslair with combining with 5e, so yeah, that's what happened basically. So but we're not gonna be changing anything. Even if they change the thing, they change post campaign, so I believe that we shouldn't be doing any adjustments, and I don't think they will do. Although I heard just yesterday they sent some detectives to one of the houses, guys, something crazy.
That's yeah, this was that's for magic, right? To
still
yeah, they're just doing some stuff. I don't know. I can't really speak on what they're doing.
Okay. Thank you for your comment. Definitely. I mean, we have just invested a lot of money into new machines and operations to improve even more quality. And I've got sprue over there, which I've got from new process, and I'm extremely happy that actually we managed to improve quality even more. So yeah. Yes, I think I want to make sure my team is gonna be making this one a modular. This means the middle section will be able to extend it, and also all the bits on the airship will be optional, so you can build it with or without it.
Yeah, one thing worth mentioning is that we are planning on adding an add-on for the airship in the pledge manager, so you can actually get multiple sets and extend the ship that way. Yeah.
So Deuslair as a universe will grow. We have plans for it. Definitely, I want to make the airship game. This airship gives us, I think, good ideas. I want to make it like, in the Deuslair universe. The other things which I'm really considering is actually making some nice small war game inside the Deuslair universe. And I've been actually asking you about different themes of sci-fi. It's a fantasy genre because we need to, Deuslair as a universe is so interesting because it's not hardcore fantasy, or it's not something dark grim fantasy or whatever. It's actually quite good high fantasy. So, and I was looking at different type of products and especially the war games, and there is no such a thing. So maybe we can actually do it in the future and make it rank and file game. So you play battles. Deuslair fantasy battles, why not? Sounds good. Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But something around that one. And the races we have, I was actually looking at different type of, we have races and then different type of additional units for those races. Actually could be quite interesting. Really quite interesting, looking very nice. So Deuslair has got a huge future. And
yeah, there have been some people that have been saying like, oh, these guys don't have any plans for the universe in the future. They're just going to abandon it first thing. But no, we do have some stuff.
Why would we?
Yeah,
there's something very important, which I want to say. With this campaign, we actually moved out from our comfort zone. Yeah, comfort zone.
Yeah, comfort.
Yeah, comfort zone. So usually when our previous campaigns were very broad, so you could get quite a lot, which is basically a very generic. So this time around we didn't want to make a generic campaign, and we want to make our own stuff, our own IP. Okay, we're doing this, I've been dreaming about making our own IP for many years, but I wasn't convinced that we are gonna be able to do it at any point. And you might be thinking, oh, it's easy, come on, take the pen and paper and write some ideas and you have it. It's not, because it needs to combine everything, and all the ideas which we have for this one, actually finally we can start growing. So games, board games, definitely move to the next miniatures campaign with 5e and new RPG campaign in the future, and so on, because that's what this is ours. It's our IP. On other side of our business are all those IPs you can see here behind, like He-Man, Wolfenstein, 3 others we have, and all those are not ours. We make products under other companies' IPs, and at some point we might say we don't want to do it anymore, and then we will have nothing. And having our own IP, like a Deuslair, and building foundations from the beginning slowly and growing as a IP is something we need to do finally. And I believe after this campaign, I'm very 100% convinced that yes, we have to. Yeah.
You can actually switch over to the Kickstarter campaign page. We've only got 2 minutes left until the campaign ends, actually.
Okie dokie, I think that button, that's what it is. But we can carry on with, I'm just clear that side menu just to make sure we have a full page.
Yep.
Okay. Well, all those things you see on the Airship is basically customizable.
Yeah, we have had talks about an idea for a really big airship. We don't have any concrete plans yet, I don't think, but it's a possibility in the future for it to be available directly into retail on the store.
Yeah,
because we released that large castle, the Stronghold, I believe. You can purchase it right now on the online store, and we're playing. A large set of that scale is a possibility.
Yeah,
like an airship.
As I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, please make sure we're gonna be running survey, and we are gonna ask you in the surveys what you want. Probably survey will include a info about the product and also whether you're interested in this price to be added into the pledge manager. Okay, so that's gonna be happening. Noted. I think yes. I think we have to follow the GW approach with showing you the full sprue and then showing you all the bits. We did other things on our sprues, like you have a small arrows and numbers and so on. But yeah, I think the full picture of the sprue should be there. Okay. Thank you for congratulations. It's a great campaign, really great campaign. It was crazy and crazy finishing, and lots of things we have learned with the miniatures, and lots of things we're going to be showing you in the next couple of weeks and months. So we're going to keep you entertaining, that's for sure.
Not as controversial as some of our other campaigns, but that's probably a good thing.
Actually, this campaign was so quiet, unbelievable. It was so quiet. There was really nothing wrong with this campaign. we usually in our previous campaign we had some controversies, little bit tiny, small controversies about, you know, why not this pledge, why not that pledge, why this and that. Oh, look, the fireworks.
Look, yeah.
I don't know if you see them, but you can, as a creator, you're able to see them. Hope you can see them as well on a front page, and that's it.
There we go.
Here we go.
Funding has finished,
and we funded.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, we're a fair bit over the goal, aren't we?
Yeah. Right. Let me just I will spend a few more minutes. We will spend a few more minutes if you have some questions. I'm happy to answer more questions. Definitely congratulations to the new team, and especially that we have almost entire new team on this campaign, like a fresh new team on this campaign.
Fresh blood.
We had a new team in campaign for the marketing, for marketing, for 2D arts, for 3D sculpting. So a lot of new people, fresh blood, which gain a lot of experience now. Okay, so not the bad result. It's very good result actually for that, and you know, we're quite happy with it. Thank you very much. Thank you for your continued support. Oh yes, and it's just the beginning. I think it's just the beginning. We have 4 amazing 2D artists, which they do quite a lot of good stuff. Yeah.
Don't worry, Derek, we hold you close in our hearts.
Yes, Derek, I see you at the UK Game Expo. And if you at the UK Game Expo and see my ugly face, you know the password, right? So if you don't know the password, please watch one of the previous live stream, and I will have something ready for you if you're going to tell me the password. I promise I will have, and obviously I will have about 20 of those things. For first 20 people who are going to see me at UK Game Expo and tell me the password, I will give you stuff. You'll get something special.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And yeah, Derek will be there as well. And we plan to go to grab some few beverages. I'm not gonna say out loud. So if you're at UK Game Expo,
some not so family friendly drinks,
you're gonna be spending some time in Birmingham. I think it's Birmingham, right? This year.
Yes, Birmingham.
See us on our stand, and then maybe later we can go and grab a couple drinks. Yeah, somewhere in a pub. I think the bestiary won't be covering the previous monsters. Definitely gonna be covering all the monsters here. You have seen it on this campaign. Yeah. You say that. You said that. We have many yeah, we have many drinks to catch up.
Bittoon says, for the next campaign, Archon can make amazing sculpted clear risers for flying units, like a column of air, clouds, fog holding them up. Unique compared to anything on the market and beautiful on the table.
That's a very good idea, and yeah. I like this kind of ideas because even this campaign we had some ideas. You had some ideas we used. So yeah. Okay.
So Taneza says, usually Dragon Turtle is not a monster I like very much, but your concept got me much.
Yeah. Krzysiek did that concept, and it's really good artist, and we're quite very happy with actually having him in our team. More minis. Definitely, Everson, thank you very much, and that was great stuff. Yeah, why not? So we have some painted ones, a few of them. You have seen it, they're full plastic painted ones. I hope the camera did justice. I hope you can actually switch it to some good resolution. We're definitely going to be showing you pictures, which are, you're gonna definitely going to see them much better.
Do we have like a 4K camera we could show them off on?
not on the system. We are going to be working now with a new. Oh, see, that's not the best because the light is dimming. The light is dimming. So this is one of the miniatures from the core set, and one of the things I really want to set up is a proper camera. It cannot be. This is just normal live stream camera. I think we have to use like a cell phone camera for that or something different, because then I can basically show you in a whole glory the miniatures. So something we're going to be working on definitely with my team, and they're going to be tasked to actually do so. So the quality I wish to show you, but the focus is, I think, is focused at this level. It's not good though. It's not good. Yeah. And I do have like 5 different sprues now as well to show you with the next updates, and I'm gonna be doing that for you. So yeah.
Oh yeah, just kind of randomly appeared there. We just released it, pretty much.
Yeah. And I've been speaking today with Marcin, who is doing the sales for me, and he informed me that actually we didn't expect to sell that many. So now the manufacturing is a little bit panicking about, getting everything packed and making that shipping this one on time to the.
How many did we actually end up selling? Because I haven't heard the numbers at all.
A lot. Too much. Too many.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
a lot.
It's a cool set.
Pop into our stand. I'll be there. The team will be there. You'll be able to play some games with us. And definitely, if you, we're quite open to actually meeting people, and that's really just we like you. We play games as well. We play war games. I play war games. I love war games. I'm the wargaming person. Yes, I mentioned this one. Wargaming is a big stuff, and we play tested many rules. The wargame for us is very, very important, because obviously that's what we do: make models, miniatures, and sprues, and they require. But wargaming require this type of miniatures. Nothing else works. So no PVC, nothing. I mean, you can see by the other companies switching from PVC to a proper plastic, and they see massive results in sales. And that's how what it is. You need to be, if you want to be. It sounds very trivial, but if you want to be GW, this means Wargaming company, you have to make product like GW. That's what it is, but that's the reality. So yes, in terms of Wargaming, I've been dreaming really about a rank and file game, because I was big in Warhammer Fantasy Battles. And that was my kind of, thingy. I didn't really go into 40k. 40k for me was not that much strategical, if you know what I mean. I really like it much more a Fantasy Battles, and especially rank and files. So I see huge potential here to actually release this game, release the game in a Deuslair universe as a rank and file.
Personally, I'm more of a 40k fan, honestly, but I don't play the war game, but I like the lore a lot. I like some of the games as well. Yeah, the 40k lore is interesting. It's more interesting than...
It's strange that it's actually that big. I was very, very surprised, because the fantasy usually is much bigger than sci-fi. But sometimes here and there,
Warhammer 40k is fantasy sci-fi though, right? It's more of a mixture between the two.
Hard to say, really. I mean for the first glance, when you look for the first time, massive power armor soldiers and so on, you will say straight away it's basically... I
mean, it's because the universe is so expansive, right? Because they spent like many years developing it, making novels and the like, writing them.
Yeah. Yes, it's gonna happen in Nottingham. Obviously, it needs to happen in Nottingham. We are currently in the process of doing...
for wargamers?
The Mecca for the wargamers. It's a Mecca for the wargamers. Definitely, we currently getting all the paperwork sorted out for the establishing business. We are registered in the UK for the tax purposes, but we need to be more registered in terms of actually having business and getting the warehouse. So I already look at the warehouse. I like the space. If there will be an office, we will need a sales team, so the sales team will be operating from there as well, and probably this Kickstarter will be shipped from the warehouse in the UK, so it will be much easier for us. We struggle really with shipping anything through because of Brexit through the border. not really struggle. It's basically taking much more time for us to actually get all those things, paperwork and everything else on time, let's say. So usually, unfortunately, at this stage, backers from the UK needs to wait a little bit longer than any other backers, and I don't think this is the way forward.
Yeah, there are usually like additional issues that come up as well, like invoices that need to be paid because of like how VAT is calculated and handled.
Yeah,
and that might also add additional.
Yeah, I think Derek is not that far away because I need this one for either UK Game Expo or definitely towards the end for. I mean, even we just came back from Salute 50. It was amazing trade show, amazing. We haven't expected that many people to be at our stand, and really, they came back with half of the stock that they brought, which is for this kind of less than half. For this kind of trade show, it's really good, really good. And but we struggle to go there because we have to go through the border, we have to drive the car, and from Poland with the stock, with all the paperwork, you have to be owner of the stock to actually get it through the border. So one of us needs to actually drive and so on. So it's very difficult. And if we have the warehouse in the UK, it's going to be much more easy for us to go on all those trade shows around the UK. Not only UK Game Expo, not only Salad, but many other the small ones as well. So that needs to happen now, really now. So it is happening now. I believe so as well. I really believe so as well, especially with unique races, right? Because if you look at any type of wargaming, you have war. The Warhammer Fantasy Battle is coming back, but not quite sure whether they're going to be bringing all the factions. Then you have a Kings of War. The Kings of War is a rank and file game, but really it's more like very fantasy Warhammer Fantasy Battle, right? I mean, the same stuff. They have some additional factions. Don't get me wrong, yeah. And but yeah, we can create something completely unique, which is I don't think yes, if we get that ship products from UK, you're gonna be like UK sales, so everything will be covered by us, so we won't have to deal with all those shipping, go back and forth with paying, giving you VAT returns, and that's the main problem. It takes so much time and the money, because the time is money obviously, and we have additional people just to do so, just to do all the paperwork, just for the to get everything to the border.
It's an absolute nightmare for our admin team.
It is. It is, don't get me wrong, it really is, and we want to avoid this. And one of the ways of avoiding this one is basically having established business in the UK, and then dealing with that on other side of the pond with all the accounting and everything in there, which is much easier, because there is no follow-up paperwork with FedEx, follow-up paperwork with them in the custom offices, and then again with FedEx, and again with the custom offices, and at the end of the day, it's still causing some problems. Yeah, the Brexit wasn't a good idea though.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Miniature asks what kind of army used or played in Warhammer.
Warhammer Fantasy Battle, I started with Skavens. That was my first army, but I ended up with Skavens, Orcs, Undeads. That was my primary armies. Yeah, that was my primary armies. I started actually with, initially, many years ago, in 2001. That was my first introduction to a Warhammer Fantasy Battle, was actually Dark Elves. I was kicking butts with Dark Elves. And it was quite large. In our hometown, in 2001, in our hometowns, there was about 10 people playing Warhammer Fantasy Battle. There was no 40k at all. In 40k there was like maybe 1 or 2 people playing it, but yeah, that was the game to go in here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we have established warehouse and sales team and manager there, we can actually go on those trade shows.
You can find it in the comments, in the description of this live stream. You can also find it on our website as well, I believe, if you scroll down.
Yeah. Well, it works other way around as well, I think. I know for a fact that, just last year, even Games Workshop needed to open the business in Germany, because they really struggle to actually push any stock through the border to Europe, which was crazy. And then my own, because I'm still buying, obviously I'm totally addicted to plastic, and I'm still even to competition plastic.
No, I get you. I'm not much different when it comes to other stuff that I do.
So I was getting all my releases very, very late, and I wasn't happy about it. So because obviously the custom office was blocking everything going through. So they established I think in Germany, like the warehouse, and they're pushing everything through that warehouse now to Europe. So not really those small ones at the moment. We're definitely going to be at the Essen Spiel in Germany. In Germany, we've been thinking about Berlin. I think there's one trade show in Berlin we would like to go to. But we will be expanding those trade shows more and more and more. Yeah. One of them, yes. One of them, Polaris in Germany. It might be too close to a Essen, okay? Because we're getting old. Especially if you go to Germany and then you drink. Yeah. But anyway, we're getting old. This means usually when we come back from trade show, we need at least a couple of days to recover, like recharge batteries, like really recharge batteries, because the trade shows for us are getting a little bit more thingies. But we will see. And the Polaris, where is it? Which town is it? Because if it's Berlin or around there, definitely yes. Definitely yes. Yeah. That's a good idea, Marcin. That's a good idea, Marcin. We might do that. Okay, guys. I think we're gonna be wrapping up now.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We're going to Essen. We actually gonna have quite large stand at Essen.
Yeah, we've always been to going to like Essen.
Yeah,
it's a pretty big event. You know, we want to be there.
Yeah, it's in Hamburg. We will check that one. We will check that one. We will check Polaris. Yeah, so you will get those miniatures in your pledge, yes, because that's one sprue which was the teaser box. It is part of that core set. Marcin is right. Whenever we come back from trade shows, we need at least a couple of weeks to actually check on emails and everything else. I was on a trade show this year, which was also in Germany. It was Toy Fair, and it was the best trade shows I was actually to. Because it was just business-oriented trade show, but I really enjoy it and really like it, so definitely I'm gonna be there as well. Yes, the team is going to be at Gen Con. The two of our guys actually gonna be. We will have a small booth. Probably we won't be selling anything, just to show the products and some leaflets and things like that. Yeah, the process works that usually they're shipping to us within 2 weeks. That's correct. Yes.
What kind of war games would you make?
Definitely.
Ask yes, expert over here.
I wish to make a rank and file, but we had the rules, and with Jacek we were playing several different rules just to test water of different games, and we had like a very interesting game rules where you basically move like you would do in a skirmish game, but you play on a square basis, and when it comes to the contact units to units, then you build up your rank and file, which was extremely interesting rules because you could move around your models, and then you had this feel of 90-degree angle visible for your units and charge and so on. And then when it comes to actually movement, it was you feel like a skirmish movement. And then when it comes to actually, so it was the biggest downside for rank and file game is basically movement. That's what I see, because when you set up your table, it's quite difficult to move a unit from one corner to other corner of the table when you need that unit actually to combat other unit, because it's good against the other unit. It's not good against any meat on the front of your unit. So in most of the war games is basically, okay, I move my front, you move your front, and things like that. But when you look at the reality of like battles, they're all over the places. So in order to actually introduce this all over the places, so I move, navigate my unit, you need to actually focus more on movement like in a skirmish game. But when it comes to the combat, I don't like really skirmish game combat because it's really pile of the miniatures, you throw that and does look messy, right? So then when it comes to the combat, you just bulk ranks and files. And that's why you need those models on the basis. And I really, really like it as well because it combines skirmish, movement, fast, move your units, maneuver between the units. You could even move, you know, you have 2 units here and you can move between the units and then pull up again, rank and file, things like that. So I really like that idea and we will definitely investigate this idea further. So yeah. Right. So if you get a teaser of DLC, does that mean DLC will be shipping 2023? Usually with our Kickstarters, we ship much faster. Now we have April. I know that we should be finishing sculpting probably for those miniatures round about May, June, finishing sculpting, which means then the team will have additional 2-3 months of actually working. Maybe, just potentially, maybe, I'm not promising, we could be, you know, shipping this Kickstarter, so Deuslair Kickstarter around about end of the year. But that's my wish. Whether it's gonna happen, I don't know, but that's my wish. And well, that's how the plan looks at the moment. Delivery plan. But the date is next year, April, actually, so we will see what we can do. I mean, usually we manage to ship everything 3 months before, and 3 months before would be like January next year. Yeah.
Yeah, please do bully us into making good products. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. Right. We'll be going. Yeah. Let's maybe wrap it up. Please sign up to the channel. Yeah. Click the bell icon. Subscribe.
Hit the bell icon. Like the video. And live stream actually.
Exactly. So on Friday I will have
comments as well in the comment section.
Yeah. Help this the YouTube gods and to get us higher.
Inshallah.
And see you on Friday. I'm gonna be dialing on Friday again with some boring stuff like, you know, data from the campaign and everything else. And see me on Friday, and we should have some sneaky peeks and some more info about our projects. And if you're new to us, just join us, ask questions, and so on, so on, so on. I totally agree. I totally agree. This is gonna be, yeah. That's why I show you the whip, because I think it should be bigger on the bottom. Yeah, in the next couple of weeks. I will have some teas in the next couple of weeks. Okay, let me wrap it up. Thank you again for the great campaign. Thank you for joining. Thank you for your support. And
thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here, supporting everything.
If you're new, welcome to Deuslair and Dungeons & Lasers family. I hope we not disappoint you. And
we know we won't.
No, we won't. Why would we?